Continuation of discussion of corporation. Okay, how do we tax corporation? Okay, so actually maraming table. Okay, pagdating sa corporation kasi kailangan nating malaman if they are taxable within or without, what are the tax rate, what are the applicable taxes to them. Okay, so this is a continuation. Okay, here sources of income. Okay, when I say within, okay, within, that means inside the Philippines. Without meaning that is outside the Philippines. I will use the same in individuals. Okay? Now, here we have domestic corporation. Actually, resident foreign corporation and non-resident foreign corporation, they are same. Okay? Pagdating natin sa individual, I will separate them. Okay? Domestic corporation, of course, they are taxable within and without, or meaning the world sources. Okay? Resident foreign corporation and non-resident, only those earned inside the Philippines. This is X. Okay? Now, basis of income. Punta naman tayo sa basis of income. Okay? Papaano ang basis ng income ni domestic corporation. Okay, domestic corporation and resident foreign corporation, okay, they are taxable in their net income. Okay, now, for non-resident foreign corporation, this is taxable on their gross income. Okay, remember, non-resident foreign corporation, we subject them to final withholding tax of 30%. Okay, now, let's move on to the types of income. Okay, na natatax yung corporation. Pagdating sa types of income, we have three types, no? Usually na binabanggit dyan. Okay, yung ordinary income. Okay, we have also the passive income. And then, we have the capital gains. Okay? Capital gains. That is subject to capital gains tax. Okay. Now, let's move on. For ordinary income, okay, we'll put here domestic corporation. Here, resident foreign corporation. And then, non-resident foreign corporation. Okay. So, they are all subject to RCIT. Okay, regular corporate income tax. Okay, and our rate is, of course, that is 30%. 30%. This non-resident foreign corporation subject to final withholding tax of 30%. Okay, again, like what I have said, they are taxable at the gross. Okay? Okay, pero dito meron tayong rules kasi. Pagdating dyan sa tax rate, meron pa rin kasi diyang tinatawag na MCIT. Okay, so that means whichever is higher. Okay? At the 4th year, after the start of their operations, no? Masasubject na siya sa MCIT, whichever is higher, of 2%. Okay, so merong ganyang rules. Okay, of course, dito wala yan. Okay, so ganan yan. Okay, tayo dun sa gross income tax. Kasi meron ding gross income tax, which is yun yung optional tax na merong mga qualifications or requirements relating to their GDP, GNP, relating to the cost of sales, which if does not exceed 55%, then they can qualify for that. Okay, so there are less. Okay, nasa summary notes natin yan. Just go on and check it. Okay, now, for minimum corporate income tax, of course, we have here, I forgot to mention, the excess, no? Which is allowable to be carried over for the next 3 years. Okay, immediately succeeding 3 years. Okay, tatandaan din yan kasi important rules din yan. Now, for the 15% gross income tax, these are for domestic corporation and resident foreign corporation. Okay? Now, punta tayo sa capital gains tax. Okay. Dito muna tayo, capital gains tax. Okay, dito sa capital gains tax, we have shares of domestic corporation. And we also have real estate. Okay, or what we can say, all of them are under capital assets. Okay? Now, pasadahan ko na rin yung ordinary assets. Ano ba yung ordinary versus capital? Of course, hindi natin ma-identify yung capital kung hindi natin alam yung meaning ng ordinary. Actually, dalawa lang yan ang ibig sabihin yan. Pero, basahin mo rin yung qualification na nakalagay doon. Ordinary assets yan for sale on the ordinary course of business. Yan ay ordinary asset kung yan ay used in business. So, yun lang yung titingnan mo. So, ibig sabihin, kung hindi nag-fall dito sa definition na to, that is capital asset, meaning the opposite of ordinary asset. Okay? Ganun lang yan. Okay, now, meron tayong rules sa shares. Okay, sige. Tapusin ko na muna yung capital gains bago tayo magpunta sa passive income. Now, dito sa capital gains tax, no? Meron tayo diyang rules, yung shares. Okay? Kung yung shares is listed on the local stock exchange or sa Philippine Stock Exchange, that means they will be subjected to stock transaction tax. Okay? Ito is yun yung 6/10 of 1% selling price. Okay? Now, kung ang shares is not listed, meaning they are directly sold to the buyer, okay? Ito is subject siya sa 15%. Okay? Again, this is applicable to domestic corporation. Hindi na-amend sa train law, okay? Hindi na-amend sa train law pagdating sa foreign corporation, resident foreign corporation, and non-resident foreign corporation. Meaning, ito yung rules na applicable. Yung first 100K is subject to 5%, and then excess is subject to 10%. Okay? Hindi ito na-amend. Kaya wag kang malilito. Kung resident foreign corporation yan or non-resident foreign corporation, ito yung applicable. Kung ito naman ay domestic corporation, yung 15%. Okay? Para hindi malito. Now, dun sa passive income. Okay? Sa passive income naman is, of course, they are final withholding tax. Ito actually is i-discuss natin separately. Okay? Separate. I will do the table. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang kailangan mong tandaan is what are those passive income subject to final withholding tax, and eto ngang binanggit ko sa capital gains tax. Why? Because any other income that are not mentioned here falls here in the regular corporate income tax or in the ordinary income. Okay? So, tatandaan. So, ang focus natin itong passive income and capital gains tax. Pag alam mo na yan, ibig sabihin, lahat ng ma-identify mo na hindi pasok sa category na to, papasok siya sa ordinary income. Okay? So, yun yon. Okay, let's continue and let's go to certain passive income. Okay, meron pa akong nakalimutan. Dito sa capital gains tax, punta tayo dun sa, bago tayo magpunta sa passive income, capital gains tax, yung real properties. Okay? Of course, kung ikaw ay domestic corporation, ang real properties mo is in the Philippines, subject yan sa 6% capital gains tax. Okay? Kung ang properties ni domestic corporation is outside or abroad, ito is part ng regular corporate income tax. Okay? Pagdating sa resident foreign corporation and non-resident foreign corporation, they are not applicable. Okay? Hindi sila papasok sa capital gains tax na 6% because they are not allowed to own 100% of the property in the Philippines. Okay? So, ganyan yon. Now we can move on. Okay, ganun lang siya. Remember, kung domestic corporation yan, in the Philippines, 6% capital gains tax. Outside, abroad, regular corporate income tax. Another rule dito sa real estate properties, anong basis mo? Okay? Ano ang basis natin sa real properties ng 6%? Okay? Lagi natin yung kinukompare sa selling price, fair market value or the assessed value of the city assessor, or the zonal value provided by the BIR. Yan yung pinaka laging minimension sa problem. So, whichever is the highest. Yun yung basis ng 6%. Okay? Tatandaan yan. Okay. So, we'll move on to the passive income para matandaan mo. Again, lahat ng pumasok sa capital gains and lahat ng pumasok sa passive income, yun yung kailangan mong tandaan. The rest is papasok sa ordinary income. Okay? Like for example, eto, real properties outside abroad, nagbenta ka, hindi yan subject sa capital gains tax sa Philippines kasi sa abroad. So, yung income ni domestic corporation na yon, dun sa selling na yon, papasok siya dito sa ordinary income. Okay? Now, punta tayo sa passive income. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this video lesson. If you haven't done so, please click